today, now the 6th of August 2021. We want to go to Pademba Road. Not to the street, but the Correctional Center. Because not a new thing for say, it don't say who they say they want to move Pademba Road Correctional Center for Comot today. So one of the main reasons they can always tell we about this, now for say overcrowding, then at the prison. Other things then they, but then in the main one where we all know say overcrowded. So talks that they go on, not this administration even, before this administration, for make them move the correctional center in a prison. In fact, overcrowded itself. I don't know why I street, but anyway, Albert Lansanabi don't can correct you waiting a prison, waiting a correctional center, waiting at the thing. I no go on make you can say I know your reward. But also they make for 300 and something people, you get over 1,000 something. And in a prison, and they know to correctional center again. But on a more serious note, it don't say what they the song, it don't sing say like the correctional service then says they don't tire for sing that song they now. The entire for say then for move and come out na Pademba Road can go somewhere off the city. I go send a small survey we do now just now at the start of the program where I ask people and say, okay, let's say now Pademba Road, they don't move the correctional center. Waiting them for do with the space they right now. So man say, I ask if they go look for visit. Some man say yes, he go pay money for visit. Other people say no because of the memory where somebody comment saying Daddy be done this, so you know go one go there. And Umar say they for build mall. He say because he get bad memories for some people. Now then at the second aspect where government go down finally succeed done for making them get a new correctional center elsewhere, then we go get for decide now what to want do with this one where they. But Usai, even when that prison break be, there was still that alleged prison break because today we not even get the final one. We more than go that preamble today. But what them be command to do again say let them try police center ya come out Usai a day. Let them try pull and day. It make the city not safe. I don't know about that because I don't know for other states them. Yeah, I don't know for all the states in America. But I know see like for Texas, Usai middle live long. And most of the side them downtown they get the prison. Although you go say, well, na category of kind of people them more than they put, but at the downtown you get the prison then they. But anyway, Salon and Selo Pulang Komodi. The chief minister where they now when a JJ Safa. Now where he come, you know, say they try for touch every aspect. For let them know say the grassroots chief minister don't come. Because I saw they call her. And say na the grassroots chief minister. I don't know that will be they do. Now who's chief minister in be. But this is how they do now. Na grassroots chief minister. So Jacob Jusu Safa, when I the chief minister, he say him be get for go na the Sierra Leone Correctional Service for making urge stakeholders them for make this thing for transfer the prison. Make it try happen now because you don't see whether they talk am. Where be the address stakeholders them and then be only meeting in internal affairs ministry on the 26th of July. inside the Internal Affairs Ministry and conference room. The chief minister say the plan for relocate the maximum prison, it don't say, but it don't overdue, don't talk to, don't tire. Especially when they consider the high intake of inmates them. With the inside it. So he try for talk to the director general for make a go meet in an office, make it keep her abreast with all the program them way don't they go on per this transfer, waiting make a day some side way you're not able to push go before. And he say he need a timeline and a roadmap for make them go achieve this. And you know that 10 day na be whose time na be the 26th of July. He say again 2 weeks. Make you go to an office. Make you go explain to them. Let it come with something for putting at the table. And inside that thing there, you need a timeline and a roadmap. Way for make a prison. Within a Pademba road. Where they don't tell where they talk about them. Make you go side for day now. According to the acting director general, na the Correctional Center, when Mr. Toure, he say they currently have 4,478 inmates nationwide. Where you reach 4,000, you just say, but now so Pademba, this is nationwide. With 1,888 convicts them, and 1,391 where they in remand. 106 where they don't condemn. 1,027 where they on trial. And 29 where they serve life imprisonment. Then 106 where they don't condemn. What's going for happen now? Because the death penalty no they again as alone. And then say the least to it again at 30 years to life. So then they just transport them now from the condemned and they to life or waiting get for happen. Anyway, the one the way sabi, then go get for deal with that. The relocation of Pademba Road Prison. For make it come out to side, make it go a safe place. Well, not to me talk. Now I'll tell her talk. I'll tell her say. So when you get new ministry, you. He said because right now from Bread and Butter, now we get the grassroots chief minister. I said they will be be waiting. But through Radio Democracy 98.1, now make we listen to the man where they talk for prison, Mr. Showers. We engage on this interview. What he want to make me you? I think say the 2 weeks don't kick in, so like say $70 million. Hey. All they go to on contract on a prison for build a new prison there. Now listen what he talk here. This is Mr. Showers where they talk for the prison department, the correctional service. Yeah.
Relocate the Pademba Road Correctional Center for various reasons and for an obvious reason as well. We're in a public domain already.
For various reasons. Now in the pull and come out yonder. Various boku but Pademba boku one and they other reason then they back we make them the do am. We me you sabi then I also one.
We now the fact that the Pademba Road Correctional Center don't become over congested, something we don't talk over and over again at the media, don't write about them, we don't do advocacy around them, it don't become something like a cliche now, it don't become overused. So new again are people in yes them, and new at government yes, new at civil society organizations and yes them. And we place overcrowded, it's very difficult for control that kind of place stay.
He say the overcrowding na Pademba Road. Small pikin self where they pay attention to Pademba Road prison go tell you say the place is full up as smack. If they say for pull any picture of that prison day and the inmates them, you go see the crowd. So we all know say Pademba Road is overcrowded. Period. Hands down.
Sickness can break out. A lot of people will be affected, especially infectious diseases. But we are a professional force. We don't always do a level best for it.
Yeah. Sickness can break out. Things then can happen. But Sierra Leone Correctional Service na a professional force. If you don't doubt, please note this. Sierra Leone Correctional Service is a professional force. Yeah? What's in do?
Ensure say anytime an infectious disease break out, we do a level best for ensure say spread. For example, where Ebola come in the country, we've been doing level best say no center no able forget a single case of Ebola. But where the COVID-19 come, will be affected by a little bit, but eventually we get control over them. So for some of them reasons, and they, for example, and build the Pademba Correctional Center for host just 324 inmates, and years leading up to 2019. We're going to get up to 2,500 inmates inside place where they build for host just 324 inmates. But in October 2019, we've been get funds from the United Nations Development Program and the International Bureau of Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs for reconstruct 2 blocks in the Mafanta Correctional Center. We provide a space of 300 rooms for more inmates them for the transfer days. So we've been there for transfer more inmates from the Pademba Correctional Center to that place. And also something may happen in this country where unprecedented, where the president will decide for release 500 inmates from some of the most congested centers around the country.
So the president being released 500 inmates now from the most congested correctional facilities them. 500 people and then pull and say, you know what, we check good self. But anyway, then pull them because the place overcrowded. They able to build 2 centers with the help of the development partners then. And build 2 blocks then. We for able for help for just try for decongest. Alright.
So that will be helpful reduce the number from 2,500 to 1,500, 1,300. And as we speak now, we get less than 1,500 inmates inside the Pademba Correctional Center.
As they talk now, inside August 2, then get 1,000, less than 1,500 inmates. But you know how most people in them been build Pademba Road for? Now Mr. Showers, tell Weber.
But then they still now overcrowding. And you know, the issue of relocation, that thing where government after government on they talk about, you know, but this particular government now under the leadership of retired Brigadier Julius Manapio seem very serious about the relocation. And that make it being tell the chief minister forget to we and put fire behind me for ensure say we come up with the architectural work.
So this project, the president in heartbeat. Now I make it tell the chief minister for go put fire behind the correctional service. For making them go try for CC, then pull and come out outside na Pademba Road and can go na that spot where they don't give them. Put fire behind we. This now, not to me talk amo. This now the person, Mr. Showers, all they talk for the correctional service. He said the chief minister, I tell you, say the chief minister go tell and say, he give them 2 weeks. 2 weeks now again for letting them out roadmap and everything, how them for able for pull this one come out today and cry and go outside for day.
And do the necessary speed work for let the work go start.
So this relocation, what stage now on a day? When I don't get the land now.
Yes, the land on day. The land it on day for over 20 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. The land done there for over 20 years. Let you know, say, this for move this prison, not to today talk. Not to today talk. For over 20 years, now they don't give them that land. They say, bo, una say una want pull Pademba Road prison come on a Pademba Road. Hey, 20 years. Well, now the only good thing that they then give them land for 20 years. They not do nothing there, then still get the land. Hey, if the government give you land for 20 years, you not do nothing there. They still get her. If now buy am for 20 years, you not do nothing. Where you go there for go? you go meet and they wait for you. This one way it talk say over 20 years. It make me triple feel to see the day when they ready for work yonder. Then get for go meet encroachers then they. Then I don't pass if you be say community no they at all. Na deserted area, na desert, na forest. But if you be say then your community, I say trust me, there's an encroachment somewhere. But anyway, the government so something some man no side for challenge and who sign up for challenge. 20 years and give something, no do nothing. Pass what the chief minister I can't put fire behind una. Now una don't ready. Waiting again, sir.
Then at the outskirts of Freetown, when a Songo, I think I can call that place a Makolo.
Na Songo, Makolo, inside Songo, I did the place there. Well, it depends, like I said just now. Because Songo self don't they open, they don't they get body. Well, we don't go ready for work, no begin. You say people let me don't go, they don't go. If Gumava lose out, they get water. They encroach at the dam. Who say left for people they no go encroach? No, continue.
Right inside Makolo, over 88 acres of land.
88 acres of land. And the grant say it's in an isolated area. Okay, that's fine. Then I guess they go meet how they left them. If not an isolated area, but if you be say, and they'll get for you there. You go just easy no more than build the new correctional facility there and coaches there, and then first go be the inmates then they before they transfer them on the Pademba road for good day.
Government give it. We don't go there, we don't do surveillance, we don't give bora to the community people and small money. All we need for do now for commence the groundwork.
So for start this process, would I get the correctional funding at the government of Salon or I get other outside body we give the funding for loan I go start this construction?
The startup solely lying at the shoulders of the government.
What a good government. The startup of this project solely lie at the government in shoulder. Now the startup make you no mistake. That startup. Because at the end of the day, we the carry how much this project cost, you gonna say then get for need the help of the developing partners them.
Maybe eventually then get for seek, donor support or some international support.
So much we talk about now the money we involve.
Involve a lot of money. But waiting me land say government don't put a lot of millions of dollars aside.
Yeah. It involve a lot of money. But waiting inland, be say government don't put boku $1 million there aside. Government don't put boku $1 million aside. Now I make the chief minister go put fire behind and say, we don't put this money on the side. And this money government don't put up for the prison. So I give una 2 weeks, una try make the roadmap where we go able for say we begin for work so that this prison go transfer. Another project we hang at the belt of this administration.
For let the work start. But it actually involve over $70 million.
It actually involve over $70 million. Made than they sink force. 70 mil over not to over $70 million can be 80, can be 90, can be 100 million. It's over $70 million. It can be 70 million and 100 leons. But I get for cost. But the only thing let me see if this new facility then they tell we how many people them it gets for accommodate.
So let we look. When I start construction at this place.
Nothing was started, like I say. We just dey try for do the spade work. We don't go do surveillance. We dey try for work hand in glove with the Ministry of Planning and Housing for let them come up with the blueprint for it, because we not get a professional architecturist.
So when I not start it, because you say the one pandemic is when they relocate the correctional center, and because of the overcrowding. So yeah, now I get for the I will get for Tan Lake, I will get for Bilam.
A place we get for is very huge, and you get forget all the modern day security gadgets where any correctional center require.
Now I make it cost that money though. Modern security gadget equipment. Like the CCTVs and all these things. I don't know if they're going to get for electrified, whatever. But you get forget modern. And make you not forget say light not reach under it. I don't know if then they don't, maybe lights go to reach day. So then get for only and solely depend on either na the solar, then go put there, or na generator then go use. But the EDSA power, not the Songo, not reach day. And then the first one now we don't land in an isolated area, so you get forget off-grid power supply. Okay. Anyway, modern security equipment them. Now one.
And the Pademba Correctional Center get just one fence. This proposed correctional center where they talk about, we get for them as Songo, get forget 3 fences.
Now just proposal, but then they look out for make you get 3 fences. Because for right now, they don't even get the design of how they want. Maybe they not the mind, but you know they na paper it. I make it tell we just don't say. Then they on that one day for me then put on a paper. Me no say we each na paper we all go see. But now 3 fence it get forget. Because the one way they Pademba go they say na 1 again. This get forget 3. So we jump 1, you get for jump the other one, you get for jump the okay.
So that need to tell you the level of security we get for the day.
So na the bill is now for relocate man and woman there, or na for man there no more na the.
And for the man and no more, interestingly, we get more man where they commit crime than woman them. If you check the statistics, we get a little under 3% of female inmates nationwide.
This new one, you know, not for other there, not for the man they no more, because now they need 3 wall. So I don't know how they go for move the woman and go. But you want to know what thinking care woman in a prison, Mr. Showers, explain to me.
More than 97% of male inmates, because you hardly hear you say woman go thief or do commit petty crime. The kind of crime the woman can commit more than murder or manslaughter, whether they commit on them boyfriend them or them man them or them company woman them, especially out of jealousy. And more of them kind female inmates and they will get, but the male inmates get all categories of crimes because they're more predisposed for commit crime than woman them.
They say the woman them na jealous. Na in the carry them go na Pademba Road. And when they jealous, they can commit murder. Hey. Well, do. Okay, let's continue.
So when I get dates where this year I get for start.
We'll not get an exact date, but given the speed where the chief minister want follow work with, I should say it will start this year.
So,
given the speed where the chief minister wants this one for go no, we don't put fire. This it get for start this year. As in waiting 2021. Not to the government talk. I don't know if we go add up another project. But not to the government put say it go start this year. This time the person where they talk on behalf of the correctional service. For right now, in first don't tell we say they will get for draw. How if I get for look like you not even doing work it. So I don't know maybe how that one day how it go be before now they go happen. But anyway.
So after when I go relocate the people in Songo, especially the man them. So this correctional center, when I get for put woman there or na put people where they commit petty crime there, or when I not get for use them again as correctional center.
That's now for Pademba Road prison. Waiting then go on for do with them. After they don't move. Now then they be ask we, Let me hear what he say.
Well, Dande go be left in the hands of the government, and they can forget that decision there for make.
Dande left na the hands of the government. Now they get that decision they for make. Whatever they want for do with Pademba Road. Eh? If they want for make am a monument, if they want for make am, then go get a tour guide, we go to take you inside there. Say, oh, now I food in Sakon, I them be lock am. Oh, now Johnny Paul been there, then Cambrook. Oh, now Paulo been there. Oh, Papa Shekida tell them be lock am. Trade. Now this Sally been there. Oh, then Nayanda be I don't know. Now so they want for do am. Or like how Umar say, them broke am, then build more. All the man forget about how Pademba Road be safe. Don't before you know it, we don't forget self I been tan. But we want to say thanks to Radio Democracy because now through them, me and you able for listening to this. Unfortunately, I not say this guy for come up back again, but for now, we not get any numbers where this $70 million get for cater for. Because now then they would don't land say it get for cost over $70 million. Now I get for cost. And for now, the government of Sierra Leone now they knock in chest say, I got this. Don't worry, I got this covered. What are they use? The chief minister for put fire behind the correctional service so that they go no say this time around play done. They need for Giwi the brand new correctional center we go in at Songo. Now begin come with we panelists them. Let me hear you. Waiting and then take for today. Now so I go begin come with Mantoli. Yes, Mantoli, welcome on board. You get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. First, just express my sympathy and condolence to the death of your papa. Although I've been on the try for call you, but we just miss yourself, so I'll not be able to talk to you from that day. And also, I would just want to thank all the listeners them and the viewers them we can listen to with discussion we based on for relocate the Pademba Road Correctional Facility from Musa Idesu right now on Pademba Road to that of Songo, and to be specific, Makolo, where the government say they don't reserve 88 acres of land 20 years ago. So if you just join me, now that's what they talk about. The government, they pull the Pademba Road Correctional Facility from Musa Idesu on Pademba Road to Songo. Triple A, it will be very difficult for discuss this topic if we don't recall what the independent investigator then been say about what caused the Pademba Road riots. Let's not forget the things that when they say now in cause the Pademba Road riots was based one of the most critical factors where they say now in cause the riot, they say now overcrowding. And clearly you listen to the gentleman with the interview from the correctional center, and they tell you say overcrowding. Now one of the reasons them why the government want to relocate the facility, the correctional facility from Pademba Road to that of Songo. Well, don't forget, one of the things them we be really get concerned with when this riot broke out at Pademba Road was due to the fact that, where they mix risky inmates them with some of the inmates them were very less risky. You get a lot of implications. And as soon as I don't listen, I think so there is a little bit of discrepancy when you think about the recommendations them or the outcome of the investigations, them way the independent investigations, them way they may come up with. They say at the time where the riot be happen, na Pademba Road, then 10 and day, they may get about 1,300 inmates. Yeah, for a facility where they been built for only about 324 prisoners then. So you go imagine it's over 400% of a normal capacity. So imagine 400 of a normal capacity. So you go think about the implications then. Overcrowding in terms of diseases, and when you get a correctional center where highly centralized, now a very busy, we'll say now the main district area now the capital city, you get the tendency for attract attention of people away one cause chaos. And I go tell you the reason again why I get concerned to the idea for can make a big one na Songo. Why they not go just try for bill or at least like that 71 million where they want use, then can able build 3 different correctional centers then. In my own suggestion, but I will explain that very shortly. And another reason, critical reason, which is proportionate or related to the overcrowding, was due to staff shortage. The number of staff them way been there at the time when they man the inmates then they was 40% below the normal staff capacity way for the man them people and they. And then also they talk about COVID-19, which basically the person where they interview, they talk about sickness and all that thing. And in other words, where sickness broke out with the large number of inmates that we then get, and with the understaffing, they get the propensity, for cause more havoc when sickness occur and then kind of situation and they. So it not surprise me at all because a good number of the public opinion believes say this is long overdue for move that facility there from Pademba Road to somewhere very quiet. And we also remember the damage where the riot been caused. They say it cost over, I think, 20 billion leones. The damage will be happen, where the riot will happen, about 20 billion leones, which is about $2 million approximately. And we know say about 31 people then lost their life according to the investigation, the independent investigators then. Now, one of the strongest recommendations we come out from that investigation at the time was that for relocate the center to somewhere. And I remember the second gentleman, Julia Jallo, been there on top of that, together with Chief Minister for ensure say this thing happen. And by their own submission, we expect say by now the work don't they carry on. The initial stage of the work for don't they carry on. But we all know how we come today. When it comes to implementation, it's a different matter. Yeah, because the speed at which this thing be on the momentum where this thing be happen, where the riot happen, the momentum where this thing being take, we may feel say by now the facility then for don't begin constructor. Yeah, and this is why I get a number of concerns. The reason why I talk about them concerns here, you listen to the interviewee, the person where they interview, it talks say this land done there for over 20 years. Imagine 20 years. This land they don't reserve them. Government, that means government in, government out. This facility, they no start them. For over 20 years. Yeah, this land done in Amakolo. They no start them. And the other concern also is about the resources, the finance. $71 million is a lot of money for a government where we believe to a very large extent, and they struggle with meeting people's then basic needs. So a $71 million, and you listen, say, then will do the startup. In other words, the initial financing will start with the government, but they rely to a very large extent to donor for help for continue the project. The question is, if donor they no come, yeah, because this now they expect now beg you the big for letting you. Suppose the donor they no come for you for continue that project. You feel say this now a project will go down within the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That I left you for let you search your conscience. I left you for let search your conscience. $71 million. The money no day. Then get something. We don't know lay down or start the project. Yeah, and then rely on donor countries or on donors them for can assist for continue this project. You think say this is a project where it happen within this short period of time? And even as that, and I quote to what he say. He say then don't construct a 2-block at Mafanta, a correctional center at Mafanta, when are just 300 rooms. Yeah, then we get for rely on the United Nations Development Program in international affairs for assist them with that funds day, that financing day. Just 300 rooms for Bila Correctional Center na that place day, na Fanta. Yeah, so it's all donor driven. It's all donor driven. All this now just let's start them. We will get somebody who will assist we for low build this tier. I go argue, I safe for argue here that this project what they talk about, the implementation is a big question mark. A big question mark. There are things them where it costs less than $71 million. And more important, very important, where I feel say they are still outstanding. So Lord be careful, Lord exercise patience, Lord see how far this project they go. And remember also critical that this land on there for over 20 years. Nothing will happen. And also importantly, even the architectural work, the architect wait for start this year, not start the work it. Yeah? He not start the work it too. This is not just talk first. So there are a number of concerns. Yeah, where we get for look into. Yeah, and even the person when they interview, when at the interview, they ask him how much money they don't put down. He said the government don't put down millions of dollars. No specific figure has been outlined. And this is not a critical factor here. This person, like critical person, where I feel say, if I don't give you a figure of how much actually the government don't put down for start the project, but no specific figure has been given. Just remember, $71 million is a lot of money in Sierra Leone terms, with a country where they struggle currently. Yeah. And when you look at the features, them, the things them way and say the correctional center get forget. Yeah, it involves a lot. Yeah, you talk about 3 fence system. You talk about security gadgets them way and say you forget. And also more importantly, no date has been set. for the commencement of this project. No date has been set. According to the interviewee, he said this year, but he not give a date when this thing will start. And these are typical statements from this government. They don't give us dates. Yeah, they give you rough times. So, when you analyze these things, you have to be critical. You have to be critical, especially from the interview perspective. The person in the interview, what he say. Yeah. The only thing recommendation we me get, you see, this is why we get for land. The Pademba Road prison now a cause where that thing where we for don't the land for. I feel say for go put huge sums of money, $71 million per one building, like a country, per one building. I think it's a cause for concern. I think if we don't do them, I know say currently, it all boils down to finance, the money, resources. We don't get enough. We get a lot of wants, but we are limited by the amount of resources we get. But $71 million, if we split them into not necessarily large facility like that, we get abundant amount of land in our country. We can able build 3 other correctional centers them across the country. Say, choose 3 districts them, prominent district them. We build 3 different correctional centers them to with proper security features. Because the question, the concern is, when you go centralize things like this, it get the propensity for attract danger. For example, let's see what may happen at the correctional center. Where you go house all the dangerous inmates then on one side. Yeah? It is send a signal, say, you know what, when something happen, now they all man they concentrate. But when you scatter them, that they give some safety, they give you some safety method. At least you scatter because now so we they see in a country it happen. I know say we not can compare, but not only this country, in other African countries with similar economic status, yeah, will just concentrate all this, put all your eggs in one basket, yeah. That might happen with this riot will be happening at Pademba Road. They not say all the prisoners them, the most risky prisoners them, now they can't go. So when the one cause chaos, now they go, now they know say now they all thing do. But if we not try for split up the facilities, into looking at it, here we divide that money day, $71 million divided by 3, you're looking about 20, say 23, 24, $23, $24 million. Then they don't build a good standard uh, uh, prison. Yeah, good standard prison. Well, not necessarily a large one like that. But when you go build a large one like that, there's a tendency for it to become overcrowded over time. We know how we come today. There's a tendency for it to become overcrowded. And when it become overcrowded, again, more risk in terms of diseases, in terms of attacks and all that thing. So I think it will have been in our own interest, in the country interest, for low land for the decentralized. Low land for the decentralized. And these are some of the facilities them where they look for the decentralized. We'll talk about decentralizing the country, not to concentrate everything in one side. Yeah, not just concentrate everything one side. With things like we don't see anything that happen in other countries. So Triple A for conclude this issue of relocating the correctional center from Pademba Road to Songo, Makolo, is a good one. Far overdue, long overdue. Yeah, as you don't listen to the interview. Yeah, but the lack of resources, corruption. Yeah, government in, government out. That land only done for 20 years. Nobody not put they dying for say let's start this. This law see starting. Nobody not ever start up. And we don't can't get a government we can take a big challenge here of $71 million. Yeah, we don't see other promises that we don't make, materialize yet. They can't take another challenge of a 71 million project, expecting donor countries to come in for can assist. I think we get for treat them with caution. I will stop here like a chance to all the panelists them. Thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to everybody with the listening, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. That now Usman Toli in your submission for today. You just join me? No worry you. You say if you time go come, where we go hear from you. Pademba Road, prison, relocation. Okay, you get for cost over $70 million. The government only and solely now then get for start them. But down the road, then they expect the big one if we can't join them for help lift them up. Let me count us friend. Let me hear waiting he get for it today. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello AAA. Thank you very much for giving me the AAA. And for giving me the platform. Sorry, AAA for giving me the platform. And thanks to Mr. Usman Toli for in contribution, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers. Me want for look this aspect of relocating the maximum correction center or a maximum prison, they call them. But the relocation of is very vital, as they say. It don't drop for years. But waiting, I go just one point. The issue when they say procrastination, you're not good in anything where you do. Where they procrastinate something, say tomorrow I go do them, tomorrow they do them, and then with no due diligence, it is thief time. So then they say, in short, procrastination is a thief of time. So living there wouldn't cause this delay. People are not be able to get concerned, say, Lord, do and wait things, and inflation was not even going on. When there was land, where people are not be don't grab. When money by that time, then we able to convert them. All those kind of things, then we don't feel now inflation is at the neck of everything economically and globally in any nation. They say that one day could be a big target. But coming down to the people that we don't promise it, and we don't say go call in people that will go do this with a United Nations Development Program and then get their own fund. But with United Nations coming into it, go look see and they come into the aspect of that and development and part of the SDGs that what they do. So link on that side there, that they be for them bring them inside go on for see. But I don't know how far they be engage them because I believe say they use some of the funds for go build somewhere. I think I'm a fantastic so few them wouldn't just add some few space when they relocate people and they. But the one for the maximum prison in terms of logistics, like how Mr. Matoli they say, in terms of who that don't lead the plan, would know waiting, then they come up to what they need is still ongoing. We will not know how far it will go. But it's something they want to do. But how they go able for achiever now you would wait to see because we hope see them will succeed and we hope see them will implement them. But it's all up to which strategies they would go able for bring inside or who that then are the donor agent, who side funds and go able for be redirected so they go able for come. Then the other point when we want for look into the area of people in the prison where the overcrowding. The issue is overcrowding and it causes the problem. But we want to look out from the health sector. I've been reading a kind of a research work we've been recently been done in terms of traumatic brain injury where doctor been they try for pilot and they try for stand ahead of this sort of way for promote and try for sensitize people about traumatic brain injury. I've been trying for read say there is something to do with people most of the time when they're in a prison, even UK, Europe, and other places, they have had issues with either a traumatic brain injury where don't damage some part of the brain, and people that not know in most times when they develop a type of age, the area where the main brain, because the brain you get different sections, you get the front, you get the middle and the back. But that front, the more now you get everything. I go just call them name than they call, and now for call big name, but they call them the cerebrum. You get the cerebellum, you get the cerebrum. But these are the largest part of the brain. So you know what? They take your emotion, they deal with your emotions, they deal with your reasoning, and you learn in sector. What thing they happen with young people when they grow up, and sometimes then they get impact either from riding a bike, you fall, you hit your head, or from child blows or hitting, or from childbirth. Oh, doctor, we don't bring this program about traumatic basic, but then realize say the split where it cause because the brain it get close where they pass. Like when they say you wear clothes, you get under vest. So that under vest, the way they wear that was stop the sweat line or can up the other clothes, something like that. But here now, the brain get 3 layers, what they call meninges, are 3 layers there. So that 3 layers they are the day between there and the skull. So then they find out, say, the one day where they are the front lobe, then at the brain when they say your forehead, that it can become split, sometimes unknowingly, and then sometimes at the side. So that's scar day. Some people then get time where they'll build a pressure inside them, and what you can kind of hear most of the time, it creates an anger motion. It creates an unreasonable way of behaving. I know they condone the idea of crime, but at the time for say some of them, a percentage of them, the younger youths, the people that they put today, for some time misnomers, the crimes that were say, like crimes that were not of felony crimes, like just less serious crime when they go charge them. They crowded, you can't find out, say, there is no split where they will able for know some people, they need some areas where they will go treat them, they need like a mental coach. Doesn't mean they have big mental problem, like what is it, Chris? But they have areas of judgment, they have areas of business. So these are the areas where government get for try again and try and system and back. They don't try for the develop the mental home system. They don't develop but the capacity of doing this. Because when you come to the prison, your problem, what they bring this all, the problem is because something is deficient, something is lacking, and the conditions and the practice the way they did it. Because of all right, okay. All right. So what are the trying to say about what's in the plan don't come about for relocation now because some things are deficient na the study. Pademba rule at the maximum prison and some of the conditions that we don't deficient, we don't in good corner. Like you talk of people enough for day now one cell person that they make like apartments, maybe like 1 or 2. They get 2 room pad them or people that will do it or they will get certain areas for certain crimes where they can be in a certain block, they can make a big land. They will get the one at the prison, they will get the jail the other side. But again, jail and prison, as we don't know from Mr. Albert, I know he said he was fit tonight, but the point is there that whatever was like deficient of the condition there and the kind of practice, when a malpractice, people can go inside with things because they don't get the system is deficient, they don't get like better scanning, they don't get a better camera system, then the fencing, sometimes the security, and then even the conditions now people will live like in terms of toiletry, in terms of availability of resources that will be able to enable them, whether it's in a kind of a changing lifestyle of somebody in other words, they say correction. So then go able for land, they wouldn't kind of decide then go be useful. But that area they of health in terms of people and brain, I believe say now in the cause, even when you they see things they happen at street, if you remember people don't move. It's normal when he's doing things, but when something distracts the individual and what he wants the moment you know get now the time I want to be if you don't get a previous brain problem, then they say there is a pressure in the brain with it cause instead of the get the thing that would make it happy, it change them to something we're not too happy. And the brain, I they work with all them things they are, and they pull waiting they make it gladdy, or waiting they make person they sing, or waiting they make person get emotions, because like the emotions areas I want. So I want as government they try to relocate this, even they relocate them I mean, Songo I mean, let it try again. Then enlarge the area of that mental home. How people then go able to forget psychological mentorship. And how people then go they get advice towards anything and they. So that again, if even be 10% of reduction, that is still better. And the other option where the people don't they suggest, like some people who don't kind of panel, but say let them find a way of doing with the normals, how they will able for treat them, how they will able for handle them at the court. Now they you can now to the Attorney General, when are the main and legal advisor to the government. And they say at times he get laws and jurisdiction powers them where he executes. So we they say himself therefore play a part. And I know say he then at the background he they play a part. But let it be effective where it will bring this structure, say where people let they commit certain crimes, let we they find them. Let we they do this and let we get a special prosecution service where they wholly for prosecute cases then. So when we prosecute case, we will put her in place. And also the other one, apart from this mental issue, now other crimes not come to like murder, rape, burglar, kidnapping, so that he go able for help them while they are doing their findings. As they say, they need a forensic system where go able they in place. Other crimes a day, like this child thing, then other crimes a day, where don't they show up? All these crimes so that these go help up. They are not cheap. I know people are not going to pick them up. I know it's not an easy task, but it's a matter of redirecting certain funds where they know see these funds. If we put under one off, then we don't put that in correction. All we are going to be doing is maintenance. So those are the areas where I believe the government get for look how they will restructure anything there. The health sector of people and well-being, which they make people and they behave certain way, they know that in their structure. Some people might have what they call bipolar dysfunction. Some people might have some autistic way, when an extreme one, they know all these kind of things because now they get autistic area where they look after them. Or let them go further, let them spend more, then they will for help them. The mental go more in a now other branch, other things they help because by training more and make people learn because they said to them people are going to restructure the health sector, then we're able to look at the people and say, no, this is why we'll get away for deal with this crime here, even though it might not be 100%, but we're gonna cut it down. Because when you look at the crime, the prisons, in Sierra Leone, it might not be even worse off. There are other worse off, even in Europe, where it be say they even get place where it be say they are saying they are not overcrowded, but some points they go like overcrowded. Even the UK begin gets a problem like that. So then they get for condemn certain things they wouldn't for begin they put people in prison for and then go see because they give problem to the free prison tax. Because when you overcrowd people, like, apart from their health and other things themselves, you find out see a lot of things and people and they get a lot of ideas and when they come up, when people and brain were not strong enough, now they people and brain they become adapted to certain things and when they come on society they are different. But then it's just for say again, other areas they get more violent crimes. We're not to salute no more Africa. We be say despite they don't even make them get human rights up when they talk about but that deficiency wouldn't get then in terms of violence, even then they crime, then in prisons them. But
Yeah, I think we all lost his friend, but we'll try for make we just. Okay, we don't get time.
You get me now? Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. All I did just try for say the holistic approach of this thing so let it be from the Attorney General get for help. And that jurisdiction section where you get for the look at in terms of misdemeanors, how people then get for do community service and help instead of when they put in that prison yard, and the young ones then wouldn't in prison there because even when they go up on this human rights meeting, wouldn't even get a long meeting one day where you make there is a lot of suggestion. Each country they come with a suggestion, and there are many of them counting on the areas of imprisoning younger ones and the judgment system. Then they just say you have to try and improve. They just try and improve. But that was one of them. If I can recollect, one or two, three of the people they will be good represent during that human rights meeting, they would have been virtual. They were saying something about this, so that they go able to look into this, and that might even help them forget fund because we don't do now like a do not driven system because the funds that we would wait for will not see it because they wait say the funds we would expect now from gross domestic income. When products, I mean, when they bring the income, when are they mining there? So I only hope say government will able restructure the things there so that people and crime rates will reduce in the society, and then develop that place they one to one when people and go inside their own cell. Now one or two people in the day instead of the crowded, and they are well monitored by waiting with the expect it will be. And then that's now one area would already they don't capture. And then the other thing deal with it. Thank you very much for the platform. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
us friend. Well, us friend don't give in for today. We not go get this topic without bringing we professor on board on criminal justice. Welcome on board, Albert Lansana. What thing you get for we today about the relocation? And also we don't deal with this before. Relocating Pademba Road, correctional facility from that place there to after Watalo in Songo. For today, what thing you want for shed light on, sir?
Okay. Hello, Skipole. First and foremost, I want to say my sympathy on the loss of your dad. Then also good evening to listener wherever in a day. So up there, Mr. Tully, they talk about why they be talk about the route to be happen now Pademba Road prison, or as we can say now as prison, now prison because myself don't work as correctional officer. Okay, so now because as a result of prison overcrowding, so this now a big topic because now the class I teach correctional class. So I hope you and your listener that go able to take something out of this. So we go break a step by step from the prison overcrowding on how we deal with overcrowded prison, etc. Hope that makes sense. So consequences of prison overcrowding because of now route. So they say now because of prison overcrowding. Yes, I agree with them because it's a direct and immediate consequences of overcrowding include violence. So meaning because a prison is so overcrowding, violence they take place. Not only violence, but rape and a variety of health problems. So case in point. So let's say Pademba Rodianda or in a room meant for 50 offenders. Now we get 200 offenders. Nothing say now overcrowding, nothing say then things that will take place, violence, rape, and a variety of health problems. Yes or no? Okay, so let's move on. Continue with the prison overcrowding. Also, it affects the ability of correctional officials to do their work. So because of over there, because the Pademba Road prison overcrowding, it affects their ability to do their work. Because why? It decreases the proportion of offenders in the program and increases potential for violence and greatly strains staff morale. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on. So now they talk about relocating this prison. So in one of my chapter, we talks about incarceration trend and how to deal with prison overcrowding. One way for deal with prison overcrowding is construction strategy. Construction strategy. You and your listener will ask me, what is construction strategy? Good, I will explain. Construction strategy, that means strategy of building new facilities. So that means now, because we are faced with prison overcrowding, we're faced with a crowded prison, now strategies of building new facilities to meet the demand for prison space. So like over there, now we know say Pademba Road full. So now that construction strategy, they want to come for move yonder and go find a bigger space, because you get what they call design capacity. You and your listener go ask me, what is design capacity? Good. Design capacity refers to the inmate population that the institution, Pademba Road, was originally built to handle. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's move forward. So I also talk about in my chapter, so I hear about the amount of money what they say that they get for use for building prison. Looking at the amount, 70.
Over $70 million.
Okay, so prison is expensive, no doubt about it. Yes, it is expensive. Yes, that good need. Why we say prison is expensive? Because, for example, more than 80 billion or they spend on correction each year. Why make prison expensive? Because they get for house these inmates or offenders, new building, they get for take care of them. So it's very expensive. I hope that makes sense. Now, costly and scarce resources. So because we know say prison expensive, a whole amount we need. Like you listener, they say how they're going to get this money. So because of that, we as criminal justice practitioner or professional will argue maybe we will come up with alternative to incarceration. Does that make sense? So meaning merely, rather than we build more institutions, we as correction we for reserve prison space for more violent offenders. Now one, what does that mean? So that means before they put all kind of offenders inside prison, the minor offenses, we reserve now space for violent offenders. And you get what they call intermediate sanction. Intermediate sanction. And you and your listener go ask, what is intermediate sanction? I'll go be willing to explain what's in an intermediate sanction. Intermediate sanction now like fines or restitution, community service, drug alcohol treatment, probation, home confinement, boot camp. So these are all ways how we for deal with prison overcrowding. So for example, in Pademba Road, yonder, people are there for just minor offenses, petty crime. So instead of just the send out inside it, let's come up with these alternative fines, restitution, community service. People would get alcohol problem. We send them to drug rehab, alcohol treatment program, psychological program, etc. Boot camp. And talking about boot camp, you or your listener will ask, what is boot camp? Boot camp not just like military setting for these offenders. What did they send them? Does that make sense? So now a whole topic I don't know about prison overcrowding, how to deal with overcrowded prisoner. And now money that they say if they get them a fine for make them go build a new prison space. Because, like I say, no doubt, prison is expensive. It says a year behind bars costs 25 to 50 times as much as a year on probation. What does that mean? That means rather we put somebody behind bars, make we put her on probation. Probation means now alternative to incarceration with somebody, instead of being in prison, they go put on probation under conditions of probation by a probation officer. Because when a person on probation, we not say the person not get for we not get for pay for housing, we not get for pay for the person in food, etc. As compared to that person in a prison, we get for pay for the food, the health, and everything. That's why it says prison is expensive, no doubt about it. Yes, now that get phone out today.
All right. Thank you very much, Albert.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Well, from we criminal justice professor, we don't get a little bit of lecture about prison overcrowding, because that's one of the things them where we land see they try for make this facility move from Pademba Road to elsewhere, but everybody gets in your opinion. You ready to listen? Now your own time now for make your voice be heard. If you want to be part of the program, you can call 232-78-990-991 and WhatsApp 232-78-990-991 now WhatsApp, or you can call 44-739-803-0402 now WhatsApp, or you can call 646-610-3107 direct. Make you come with Dr. Mekuyeri. Waiting in get for we today. Yes, Doctor, welcome on board. Waiting you get for we today.
Yes, hi, good evening, everybody, and I hope we all do well. Happy new month, and I want to say plenty thank you to the contributors, Mr. Usman Toli, whose friend, and Mr. Lansana for in lecture where we get, it really did, make some of we kind of understand within some of them terminologies than they mean at the criminal justice system. And also we want to tell 98.1 for them reporting, and as well as to you for coming on today with this topic. First, I want to say an officer would be against, the relocation of the prison from Pademba Road to Songo. The only question mark with that, the money, where then they put who said they pull that money there? And what he make them feel say, now that not the most priority for do at this time, where EBC, the need for reassess the entire system first for make sure say the money where they want put we get other things them who don't they cry or they ask for. Yes, prison overcrowding brings in too many things them way for make person concern. Violence, health problems them where we say, that's not a major cause for concern. I'm sure we all being listened, where one of the politicians and within at the prison right now, with the say the health condition don't deteriorate, right? So as they build them prison there, so you get to make sure say the health facility within the prison system be able to take care of, the inmates them. And also the people that within the correctional facility or the prison system, you need to make sure say they reassess, ongoing reassessment therefore they happen. With that, you go know this person, this crime where he commit, is fit for the inside this prison or not. If you're not fit for the inside, just like Mr. Lansana said, things and the way you go put them for make them do, we go really help for decrease the number. Even if they move the prison system, as Songo, whatever structure they put up, if they continue for they put people in at the prison, where they not they really reassess for say the crime fit the punishment. As you know, with criminal justice professor, they always tell we, does this crime fit the punishment? If the crime not fit the punishment, now waste of taxpayers' money, waste of things them where we no need for waste, well for use for we country in development, where it can to healthcare, we can to water, we can to light. This therefore be the constant thing we're going to come on a mere mouth for the talk, for the remind the current administration, along with future leaders them, as long as I live. You know, because Denton and they now for make sure it's in a priority first. Now we country. Until then, I don't feel say, you know, we really they work towards the right things. Yes, move the prison system out of the, you know, the capital city, especially Usaid, right by Stadium Yanda. It not belong there. We know that. But as you do that, you don't make sure see cottage, Connaught, and both government hospital along with other healthcare systems now the country get the development what they need, the money what they want to put inside this, can they just put maybe half of it into the healthcare system, follow ensure say we people them get the proper medical care we they deserve. I believe say now that now the problem. Judgment call I feel say is lacking in decision making what they see they happen in our country. The intentions are good. Whatever they're planning is good. But at this point, you have to be strategic in what you do. If your strategy not right, you just the talk normal. Because all of the hearing not talk with the hearing. This so then just they raise alarm. But does it mean it's even going to happen? You know, is it going to happen? Nice presentation, but we need to see if that's going to happen. When all out that thing then with the wrong outline. Because every day for the early news and you know they see nothing. It don't make sense. It really they frustrate we, the Sierra Leoneans them. We really care about our country in development and all the other people that way they suffer. Na salon. Some of we, yes, you know, we foresee tell God thank you because we'll take care of we self. We no need for worry about our bread and butter. You know, we will go to bed, sleep, and wake up, no say, you know what, tomorrow I get another meal. But some people and they where they're not able to do that. If we listen 2 or 3 videos and come out this week for talk to the camera, Lord listen, Lord see what's in the youth mind and they say, day in, day out, constantly, the people in the country, then they suffer. So why we not go work on that? Create jobs. See, would I not need for them at that prison? They pull and come out, they let go do something for help the country. Meaning, then go even help with the community service. We don't advocate for this, and many of we don't talk about it because we feel saying a strategy where the Western world they use so that they don't become crowded because it is expensive, you know, for build a prison system because when you really get a prison, you're supposed to make sure say the inmates then get something for do. For example, they forget like a vocational center, some then then they even go school. You know, then they learn a training where they come out, then go be beneficial to society. But you know, go there, you go put what's in on at the 4 corners of the world and expect say where it come out, it will change. Already down there, you know, before they come out, they don't become psychotic, meaning you don't become in brain, it's not going to work well. So all thing and they get what it happen. So as they plan for build this prison system or this new relocation what they want for do, let them make sure say the other things are in place. And then as they build them, let them consider say we'll build the prison. We will make sure say the people that way they can also, you know, whether not for a short term or long term or for permanent reason, then get things that way they do where it be say. They not go there, they fet. They not go there, they kill each other or they cause more havoc to one another. So because if you pull the bad guys then out of the street, put them into place where it be say they not go harm the people that are the streets where they do no harm. You know, but in there again, you can see people and they kill themselves because you know what? Or sometimes they can even kill or hurt the officers them. So law with the hope say them go put all into there into perspective as then they do them. And again, with the beg, with the ask, with the plead, do ya law get light, law get water, law get clean, drinking water now we country. Law not they talk about water again. Now this 24th century. Law healthcare system be a thing that we could now say, you know what, we are doing well. Not look at we other West African nations them, not left overseas. Just the one they're waiting are we surrounding. How then they do when it comes to healthcare? How then they do when it comes to light? How then they do when it comes to sanitation? Salon for go forward. Salon for better. I really do hope say, with politicians them or the one that we govern, we look at this and no say, I'm sure before they run for president, that's what they were campaigning for. But now you don't go, it's like they even think about it again. That's not fair. We have to be fair to one another. Sierra Leone is a small nation and it's beautiful too. We just need to make use of what we have and use it wisely and not become greedy. With that, I want to say, Salon tough and Salon will rise again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Well, that's Dr. Aisatu Ion submission for today. The phone line open, but if you feel say we don't cross all the T's and we don't dot the I's, then in the next 5 minutes we will close the phone line. But Lansana again the ad say institutional programs then back go fine. Where it is say educational program, vocational program, and also religious programs them go fine na the facility. They talk about not to overcrowding no more. Other things than they we warrant the move for make Pademba Road comot outside day for go na a new spot. We safety back come into play. So because safety come into play, woman and Minneapolis say so outside na the safest place. He say because if you want to talk about safety na a relative term. So outside na the safest place we think say we go put them where? In isolation. Songo. But me, I don't talk already say Songo no get light. They no get light too. So it get for be an off-grid system. Or maybe whenever Usi ever then go get for done, then go don't run light stay reach Songo. Okay. But Songo self no get light. So maybe then go use waiting. Solar system. And the solar then go use or get waiting generator solely and entirely off grid. Okay. Oh. Yeah, left so normal. I think see we don't do well. Maybe we go left and for tomorrow. Maybe the one that we want rub mots now. Then go rub mots pan tomorrow yun. But today yun, I will lock the mot. Yeah? Over $70 million for this project. Now we are forced from the Correctional Center, the spokesperson, Mr. Showers. And I know we are forced. Oh, they wait. I was expecting this call before I say the phone line lock, but It look like say if they wait me can say the phone line lock. Well, I just squeeze them in quick. Yes, sir. What you get for we?
You know, say we now we there for wait, still wait. They don't left 1 second. Then we call. No, anyway, AAA, everybody we talk right. But listen, this government don't tell everybody everything what they do. They're not doing. But if they talk back, but prison, Lord, we listen. But me, I respectfully would disagree with Mr. Tolley. We need a maximum prison like the one with the toxic, the one bill. That gentleman at Texas laying down. California, listen to me. California, we get the 5th largest economy in the world, then get overcrowded prison problem. Not too long ago, just 6 months ago, a federal judge passed a judgment over the state of California because of prison overcrowded. So prison overcrowded, not to salon no more get time. Me they talk about the state wadi, but when they're in another state or another country, maybe they go attest to that. We get people who commit crime. But the thing is, Salon a small country. Just LA County population big past the whole of Salon. But what I try for saying now is, like what Mr. Albert said, or what everybody else be done they say, if you check now that prison day, I would tell you probably 10 to 20% people and they inside that prison day, now because they trust Mama Yebu in 5,000 leons, they not pay. You don't need for put them people in a prison. We not get people, most of them are what they call Chief Justice, Anti-Justice, Attorney General. Who's that guy has study? Even if na Salon they study, then for don't know all the other department here or all the other institution here where they create. Instead of you go put everybody in a prison. Open a small claim court. That if, in fact, the government not even know how to make money. Create a small claim court. Anybody will owe anybody past 5 million euros, not a jail problem. Go in a small claim court. The court self they make money by that. How if you say then America they all then court here with DMV, police they give tickets. Then only then give ticket. Now tickets speeding at $500. $500. You know, so the prison, to me, I want the prison. Let them build the prison, but the need for a small claim court, the need for bill, because they will be the listen. According to the what's in the prison officer, they say the correctional side, then they say they get placed within the rehabilitate people and other people and they do carpentry or messina or plumbing. I don't know if it's not true, but they say they get things like that and then they rehabilitate people. Well, let them continue with that. But from the prison, we need them because that place inside the prison there, we got to think about state security. State security, look inside the place go there. When they see prison, they break now all the time. They need to go build a small prison because people then they commit crime. Prison they because now they for put bad people in. So we're not going to tell them people all the time, say, when I go build hospital, when I go give you water, when I give you light. They know that. They know that. They know say the first and foremost, water, light, and hospital, like anyone can do, but not a single from Papa Shekinten to now. None of them will take water, light, and hospital serious. Because Connaught and Cottage now which man and Bilam, not to black man Bilam, not to Albert Magai Bilam. And at the same hospital and we get the old power lights and we be the toxin a decade we don't call them. Now the same one. So they know that if they need to do anything, maybe AAA one day when you become a president, you could do something. But we need the president. They need for Pulan Commander. Me tell you say, then for Bill Morley. You know why? A lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness, a lot of bad things that don't happen in that place there. When they move and come out, you finally let them build something to bring happiness. Build a mall. or build a theme park. So I don't know if you can get a theme park for lot picking and go play. Build something where they bring investment. If they want their farm for say tourism, because maybe they pay a dime for go look at any smell place and it'll go there. So, but if they say they don't save 70 million for build a prison, me are they all for that? Let them build them. Let them build them. If they can build them, they improve Mafanta, they improve Banana Island. Then they can call out one day a maximum prison for people who they commit murder, people who they commit treason. They can do it, and they can still get places and they for felony. Then they can get. In fact, I go tell you probably half of the people out there under the misdemeanor, but then just go put them there. But we get the Chief Justice, we get all them people here with land book. They not even know what in the word misdemeanor mean because they're not supposed for the day. Slap and I can't go to court, fine another state and city and county, then they make money. Can't go to court, let them pay the fines them. Pay the fines, that they come back to the state in Kofa. Then just go put on a Pademba road. By the time we pull and then on a social bone, he don't die. How somebody go trust somebody $1,000, 1,000 euros, you not pay, and then you go put on a jail. Not a jail business, Danny. Make a small claim court. We don't they say this all the time, just like traffic court. You know how much money with traffic court they give states than this country and county? Well, if they make a traffic court, all the crowded taxi and Okada and Keke and reckless driving and wouldn't get under. Give and ticket then go to court. It'll go pay. When I put the amount, you run traffic light, well, we'll not get traffic light. You speed, now the amount this. You do this, now the amount this. You know how much money? What state then they make in their country, huh? Behind traffic court, the money where they bring in for them. You don't need not in order for season bike in hand. But now the thing and then the way they crowd the prison, then catch you run by road, then can't go now police from then now Pademba. T1 not fit for going to Pademba. You go talk to the serious cases in a Pademba. Really, they're not even reach 500. Most of them are minor, misdemeanor. Now that, the one that we call themselves the learned people, we know about law, the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, now this then get for council. Open traffic court, open small claim court. All this, they minimize the crowd. Because alone don't can they, if politician in girlfriend and go jogging bag, I see go tell the politician the hold the person, na jail. Why that? Now that no more, my brother. But the prison, if they're telling the bill and let them bill them, but because they don't tell me over 50 cents. The other thing I want to talk about. Quick, my brother. To me, it look like say, JJ Safamina, one of the people who will be the causer, will be the hell and I say, this guy is useless, will be in finance. But to me, it look like say, he really they do good. From where they take over this ministry or this position with them. I don't watch AYV and 98.1. He really they put fire on the minister, then whistle. The other time I see him back, he go na transportation. And maybe Naomi makes up this transportation minister, they talk about Lunge. Because JJ Safabi don't go back after now. So he they go meet them. Because how don't go sit down no more than say 70 million? Maybe the money be done there. Now prison and they not be to do anything. Maybe the money be done there. Now they be to drag them foot because everything they say now the man don't can put fire under them. So yeah, I did for them. Let them build the prison. If the neighbor give water, let them build the prison. Let them move down, they come out to side there. Let them put more lay. We're gonna go shop.
Thank you very much, Umar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Umar, we only call her. We don't lock everything for today. Like I said, somebody say you want to comment. Well, tomorrow now you go continue on this one. So we'll wait for your email. Because definitely we'll get for your email on this one. Until then say before this year done, then go begin. Government don't put boku millions of dollars on the side for start the project. Project get for cost over $70 million. We wait. We hope so we'll not go add this. But some other projects them. Wait till they not get life yet. Go there back tomorrow. for today. And so we will lock the program. So we meet again tomorrow. Triple A say, Tata.